Hello, my dear student. Today I'm here with a new chapter of your math subject, chapter 3, Understanding Quadrilateral. Okay, so in this chapter, we're going to study about your polygon, curve, simple curve, closed curve, classification of quadrilateral, diagonal, convex and concave polygon, regular and irregular polygon, and angle sum property. So let's begin with one by one. So first one is your polygon. So what do you mean by polygon? Now simple closed curve made up of only line segment is called a polygon. So a closed curve which is having only the line segment, or else you can say in a simple way, if you diagonalize this polygon word, that poly means many and gon means side. So polygon means having many side. So any figure having many side is known as polygon. So in this statement, it is given that simple closed curve. So let's begin with curve. What do you mean by curve? Now any line is a curve. Line can be straight or bended. That means any line segment, whether it is a straight or bent or it is curly, doesn't matter, but that is known as the curve. So curves are formed by drawing without lifting the pen from the paper. That means what? Once you have started to make the curve, it should be ended at the end of the curve only. So we cannot lift our pen from the paper. Then simple curve means what? A curve which doesn't cross itself is a simple curve. So that means what? Now there should not be any intersecting point in between the curve. So that is known as the simple curve. Then move to closed curve. Closed curve means what? A curve which has no open end is a closed curve. That means there is no open end or close end. That means open point and close point both should be together. That is known as what? Now closed curve. See this figure, you will able to know about it. That curve, first one is your curve, second one is straight, so both are including in your curve. Then simple curve means what? Now the first and second figure are the simple curve, but the third one is not the simple curve. Why? Because it is intersecting in nature. So third figure we cannot say it is simple, but first and second we can say it is simple because they are not intersecting, but the third one is not a simple curve. Then what do you mean by closed curve? See, in the first figure it is the starting point and ending point both are closed, so it is a closed figure. But in the second case, though it is a closed, but it doesn't mean that it's simple closed, because the points are intersecting in nature. So it is not referred as the simple closed figure, but it is closed in nature. Okay. Then certain things are there, that classification of polygon, that means according to the number of side we classified the polygon into different name. Like we know that if a polygon is having number of 3 sides, that is known as triangle. If it is 4, then quadrilateral. If it is 5, then pentagon. Like 6 hexagon, 7 heptagon, 8 octagon, 9 nonagon, 10 decagon. So these are the names if the particular polygon having sides this and this. So except that also there are so many others names. So but for your class up to 10 you should remember, no need to go further. Then move to your diagonal. So what do you mean by diagonal? Now diagonal is a line segment connecting two non-consecutive vertices of a polygon. Two non-consecutive we can say, or opposite also we can say, or two non-adjacent vertices also we can say. That is known as the diagonal. And the formula for calculating the number of diagonal, that is n into n minus 3 divided by 2. That means we know that for quadrilateral there are 2 number of diagonal, and for a triangle there is 0 number of diagonal. But instead of quadrilateral or triangle, if it is any other polygon, like if it is having number 22 or 70 or whatever, if any random number is also there, we are able to find out that in that particular polygon how many number of diagonals are present. So the formula is what? N into n minus 3 divided by 2. For example, here I have taken as n equal to 6. That means number of side of that particular polygon equal to 6. That means what? That is a hexagon. Okay. So how can you find out the number of diagonal? Now the formula is 6 into 6 minus 3 divided by 2. That will be 6 minus 3, that is 3. So 6 into 3 divided by 2. So 18 by 2, that is equal to 9. That means in a hexagon there are 9 number of diagonals. Okay. Then a polygon. A polygon, it is of 3 part. That means we are simply classified again according to the boundary. That means it is interior part, one is your exterior part, and another is your on the boundary. That means in this figure P and Q are the 2 points which are present outside the this figure. That means that is the exterior part, and interior part means what? A and B, they are lying inside the figure, that's why they are interior part. And on the boundary, if you put any point on that particular length of the polygon, that is known as the on the boundary part. So that is classified as interior, exterior and on the boundary. Okay, then move to convex polygon. Again, the polygon is divided into two parts. One is your convex polygon, another is your concave polygon. So convex polygon means what? Now convex polygon is a simple polygon in which no line segment between 2 points on the boundary ever goes outside the polygon. That means what? If you are taking any 2 points inside the polygon, that 2 point, the line joining this 2 point always lying inside that particular polygon. That is known as the convex polygon. Okay, and no internal angle is more than 180 degree. That means we know that let's take quadrilateral. So in quadrilateral, as you know, that there are 4 number of angle. So each angle, that angle must be less than 180 degree. If it is more than 180 degree, that is known as the concave polygon. Understood? So in case of convex polygon, whether it is a quadrilateral or any polygon like pentagon, hexagon or anything, all the angles should be less than 180 degree. Not a single angle exceeding 180 degree. Okay, then another thing is what? Now here all the vertices are bulging outside. That means what? Now all the vertices, that whether it is 4 or 5 number or 6 number of vertices are there, all the vertices are bulging outside only. Then move to concave polygon. So concave polygon means what? It is just opposite of convex polygon. Like in that case, we have studied that all the angles less than 180 degree, but here at least one of the angle more than at least one of the angle more than 180 degree. Otherwise, it cannot be concave polygon. And here the vertices of the polygon are inward as well as outward. That means the vertices maybe it will be inward or some vertices are present outside. So it can be both. And another thing, if you draw any line segment joining 2 points present inside of that polygon, it may be or may not be lies interior part of that polygon. Okay, let's see the figure, you will clear about it. So it convex polygon, what happened here? Now we are drawing two line segment joining four different points, so they all are lying inside the figure. But whereas concave polygon, the first line is lying inside, but the second and third line, they are lying outside the figure. So that's why it may be in inside or it may be outside. So concave polygon, the line segment, it is not necessarily always lying inside the figure. And see, one of the vertices is bulging inside, so it is known as the concave polygon. Now move to regular and irregular polygon. So regular polygon means what? Now an equiangular and equilateral polygon is known as regular polygon. Equiangular means what? Equi means what? Now equal. So having angle equal and having side length also equal, they are known as what? Regular polygon. In this case, both side as well as angle must be equal. Then move to irregular polygon. Irregular polygon means what? Now polygon having one of the angle or side are different is known as irregular polygon. Means any one of the side or any one of the angle must be unequal, that is known as irregular polygon. In this figure also you can say that some of the sides are equal and some of the sides are not equal. So it is simply irregular in nature. Okay, and finally move to the angle sum property. Angle sum property means what? Now whatever polygon it may be, how to find out the total angle sum of that particular polygon. Like we know that in case of a triangle there are 3 number of angle and the sum of all the 3 angle is 180 degree, and in case of quadrilateral it is 360 degree. Likewise, how can you find out the total angle sum of a quadrilateral of a polygon having 5 number of side or 6 number of side or n number of sides? So here the formula is what? N minus 2 into 180 degree. So where n stands for the number of side. So if we take the number of side as 7 means it is a heptagon. If we take n as 7, so the formula will be what? 7 minus 2 into 180 degrees. So 7 minus 2 is what? That is 5. So 5 into 180, that will be your 900 degree. That means the total angle sum of a heptagon, that is 900 degrees. So likewise, if it is more than 7 also or whatever number it may be, we can calculate by putting the formula n minus 2 into 180 degree. Okay. And another interesting factor is that the sum of the measure of the exterior angle of a polygon is 360 degree. That means whether a polygon is containing 4 number of side or 5 number of side or 10 number of side or 1000 number of side, whatever number of sides it may contain, but if you add all the angle of its all the exterior angle of that polygon, you will get that all the summation will be 360 degree. That means exterior angle, the sum of exterior angle, it is same, whatever polygon it is, it will be remain same, but for interior angle we have to calculate one by one by putting the formula n minus 2 into 180 degree. Okay, so this much for today. We are going to study about in the next video I will give you some information related to different kinds of quadrilateral. Okay, we're good for a brief discussion related to quadrilateral, that how many types of quadrilateral are there and what are the properties of that quadrilateral. We are going to study about it. So thanks for watching my video and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you everyone.